Hello everyone. Welcome back to the more No Man's Sky. Andrew and I were talking about Genshin during the break. So, yeah, if we continue that conversation, don't be surprised. Excuse me. I did just finish eating, so... There's a lot of paraffinium deposits and not a lot of copper. There's one. It's only about 300 units away, so... Let's mention it later. I mean, it's up to you. I don't mind. It gives me something to talk about while streaming, you know. So I don't mind if it's, you know, Genshin related as opposed to No Man's Ski related. Got the Korvax word for is. Yeah, I'm not one of those big streamers that, like, can't, you know, really pay much attention to the chat because the chat goes so fast. I might have like 2 people talking at a time. So I'm able to actually keep up with conversations most of the time. Nothing against big streamers. I mean, that's, you know, they're big streamers. It's sort of the downside to becoming popular, if you will. You know? You become popular, and then it's hard to pay attention to your chat. You've got so many people chatting, which in turn can make you end up just like basically ignoring chat in the end. Because, like, what's the point in keeping up with chat? You know? Or trying to keep up with chat. Again, nothing, you know, against big streamers. It's sort of just one of the things they have to deal with as a big streamer. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's head back to the supply depot. I think I want to set a base nearby. Also, for anybody who didn't catch the previous VOD, I'm streaming today because I'm sick and I'm bored. As much as I don't feel good, and I probably shouldn't be streaming because I feel absolutely terrible, I'm too bored to do nothing. So I figured a simple game like No Man's Ski here would be good. Plus, I've been wanting to play No Man's Ski for a while. I've been watching somebody play Subnautica Below Zero, and it looks fun. I would definitely love to play it. I just don't own it, so unfortunately, I can't. But the whole base building mechanic and stuff like that, the thing that makes me want to play Subnautica, is here in No Man's Ski. Also, yes, I do like to say No Man's Ski. I think it sounds fun. So, it's a trade-off, in my opinion. Sure, I could, you know, if somebody were to buy me Subnautica, I could play a game I've never played before, And that could be a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But the thing preventing me from playing a game I've never played before is the fact that, well, I don't own the game. So, no prior claims on the site. Another test confirms it's suitable for construction. There we go. Alright, so now we have our base over here. It still wants me to go there for the base archives, but I will handle that in a bit. For now, I want to just create a basic wooden structure here, which I will build over here next to the supply depot. Let's make it a little bit bigger than the last base. Eventually we will make like a real awesome looking base. I just have to research that first. Now. And unfortunately, I'm not that far in the game yet. That said, I have played this before. Many times. As I mentioned earlier in the VOD, in the previous VOD, I have been playing No Man's Sky since it came out. So, I'll take these star bulbs. I don't really need them yet, but I'll take them. I can always sell them for now. Take a minimum of 25 weeks, plus all the quest and exploration progress. Which means that if you were to get into it immediately, it would still take till 2.3, possibly 2.4. Not bad. Makes sense. I mean, it is supposed to be like a long-term system. Maxing out your reputation in anything, you know, in any of the different areas is not meant to be something you do quickly after all. In the case of Inazuma, like, with Inazuma, they only had one reputation to add. So it was like, hey, you know, you're only going to be collecting reputation for one place. So we can, like, stretch it out a bit more. I don't mind. I mean, there's nothing... there's nothing, like, story-related to getting your reputation up. It's not like I'm locked from content until version 2.3, you know. And getting your reputation up to level 3 isn't that hard either. So you can start getting seeds. Which, now that I've done that, now that I've got access to that, it's not as exciting as it seemed. Unfortunately. Because there's still a very limited set of, like, seeds you can get. Even in... I'm just turning No Man's Sky down a little bit. I feel like it's a little loud. But, like, even, you know, even with, like, the seed dispensary, it's still really slow. That would be big brain awesome. I don't think it will be. I feel like there will be at least 5 patches before we start getting, you know, Fontaine or whatever the next zone will be. Come to think of it, we don't know yet what the next zone will be. I suppose we didn't necessarily know Inazuma was going to be next until 1.1 came out. I'm kind of hoping that 2.1 won't be like the end of the Archon quest line. You know, I'm hoping maybe 2.2 or 2.3, you know, get us 4 to 5 different arcs, chapters, whatever you want to call them. And the main reason... Oh, that's true. The chapter video tells us the order. I just don't remember what the order was. But the main reason, like... I don't want it to be over next patch. Is because, first off, I'm assuming that patches 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3 will be full new Inazuma areas. If not, I'm guessing it'll be like 2.1, 2.3 maybe, 2.5. You know, kind of like how we got Dragon Spine in 1.3, for example. Because we know, obviously, the next Archon quest is in Watatsumi, which is that island with the, like, energy storm thing going on above it. So, like, we know that that's the next Archon storyline. So if that's 2.1, similar to how it was, you know, 1.1 for Liyue, then that's a new zone. But we didn't get Dragon Spine until 1.3. So it's entirely possible that we won't get, you know, a new island until 2.3. At least after Watatsumi. So, but yeah, it's, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm hoping that the Archon quest will take us across all of the islands, as opposed to what we had before, you know, where it was like, oh, it unlocked the Golden House in 1.1, you know. Like, that was... I mean, it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It was just kind of like, cool. You know? Like... Yeah, I'm not saying that anything was bad about any of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just excited for the idea that, like, hey, maybe we'll get extra stuff instead of just, like, immediately, like, running through the story just as fast as possible kind of thing. And if so, then that'll be cool. I mean, it could still be the same as what we've had, of course. Don't get me wrong. You know, I have no insider information on this. It just kind of feels like there's going to be more to it than just, oh, we go to Watatsumi, we meet what's-her-name, you know, the head of the resistance there, and then, boom, we fight Bale and it's over, you know? Like, I really feel like there's going to be a lot more to it. Do I think there will be a new weekly boss? Absolutely. But do I think that it will be that they'll give us Bale? Probably not. That said, that's the thing I am most excited for. is when they do give us a Bale boss fight. Like, did you see that fight? You know? Like, that was freaking awesome. Like, I am so pumped for something like that to happen. Like, I am so pumped. I need another metal plating. Oh no, wait, that's not the battery, is it? No, that's biofuel. The magnetized ferrite and condensed carbon. Oh, of course. Just as I was thinking, like, oh, I don't need the condensed carbon. No, I do. Of course I do. I don't have any more rusted metal. So that's a little unfortunate. Let's just do like 150. Do 160. But yeah, I'm super pumped from when we do actually get Bale. If for no other reason than the fact that this is the first time we will actually get to see like an Archon at their peak. You know, Venti was weak, unfortunately. You know, Venti was always the weakest of the Archons. So seeing him fight and things is like, I mean, it's cool, but you know, it doesn't really display to you like the full force of an Archon. We never got to see Zhongli fight at all until after he lost his Gnosis, but yet he was still ridiculously powerful. Oh yeah. I mean, we already do have some Fatui interaction with the Tatarigami. With Tatarasuma, because that whole side quest is like the Fatui are trying to drain the Tatarigami, and like you're trying to stop them. But I do understand what you mean. The Fatui do definitely feel like they're kind of a secondary thing. They're not the main focus. They're not in either of the story quests so far. They're just in like the side quests. And for sure, I absolutely guarantee you that like we will get the Fatui. They will pop in. One of their harbingers will show up. We'll get a fight with Bale. Once we defeat Bale, then we turn around, right after we defeat Bale, and Bale is sitting there like, how could I lose to someone like you, or something like that, Some harbinger is just gonna step in and be like, yes, I've been waiting for this moment, and then snatch up her Gnosis. Because absolutely, we already know that the Cryo Archon is going to get all 7. So, like, I highly expect that she will get her Gnosis taken by something. It would be nice to see Scaramouche again. Considering his attire kind of looks Inazuman. It wouldn't surprise me, in fact, if the Harbinger we fight is Scaramouche. I also wouldn't mind seeing a different Harbinger, one that we don't know anything about yet. So... Right. If he is from Inazuma, I have the absolute, like, I will be surprised if he does not show up at all in Inazuma. So, like, it really will be surprising if we go through Inazuma and there is no Scaramouche plotline. So, I absolutely anticipate one coming. So, alright. And with that, I need 4. I only have 2. I'm only able to make 2 metal plates. I need 4 metal plates. But we're almost there. We have power. Next thing we need to do is actually have that power used for something. And that will be for our teleporter. At least for now. There will definitely be more that I'll use it for once we get to that point. But for now, the only thing that we really have to power is the teleporter. That could be possible too. Like, after we defeat Bale, you know, we try to, like, take the Gnosis, and we're like, alright, we know the Fatui are going to be after this, so we're going to protect it. And then, like, right after we take it, like, they come in, knock us down, and take it. Or, you know, something like that. I mean, it's doubtful. I don't think we would take the Gnosis, even though we know that the Fatui are after it. Maybe Bale would, like, give it to us once she finds out, like, yes, the Fatui are after these things. And Bale could be like, you know, you've shown me that my vision of eternity is not all there is. You know, take this so that it can be protected or something. That I could see happening. I still think, though, that even after we get it, that, you know, the Fatui will take it. So, I mean, we are trying to stop the Vision Hunkin tree. Perhaps taking it would be a non-lethal way of stopping it. Yeah. No, I agree. That it very well could be, like, the way that we stop it. It's like, hey, you know, we didn't really want to fight. I mean, we didn't even really want to, like, go up against the Vision Hunt decree. It wasn't until after we saw, like, what happens to people without visions that we were like, okay, yeah, this is bad. We need to do something about that. You know? We do have a surplus of power by about 20 kp, or 30 kp. So that's good. Again, right now all we're doing is, you know, the terminus, but it's still, you know, better than nothing. But yeah, I definitely could see, you know, the Traveler being like, okay, you know, I really didn't want to fight you. You kind of forced my hand. You know, I have to put a stop to this whole Vision Hunt decree thing. You know, we're like, hey, you know, you're down, you're beaten, you know. And she's just like, no. And so it's sort of like a punishment. It's like, alright, you know, I didn't want to do this, but You know. Let's see. What do I need to do? Reach the decoded coordinates. Right. I gotta go there. But I do have a base now. I have a fully functional base with power, with a base terminus. Let me activate the base terminus, in fact, so that I can be sure. Some of these are other players, in case anybody is curious. Right, I can teleport to the base without there being a base terminus there. I just have to remember which base that is. They'll just drop me in front of this thing. So that's Hemming. So I need to go to Owaro Lycum. I forget I can go to a base, I just can't leave from the base. Yeah, either one's possible. It may even be that that's like why, you know, the Cryo Archon is not able to realize her, like, grand scheme. It's like, oh, we have one of the Gnosis, you know? So therefore that prevents her from, you know, doing whatever she's doing immediately. So, where am I trying to get to? This is not the planet I assumed. I mean, this is where my base was, but this isn't the planet that I need to go to. It's on a completely different planet. Like, I assumed I'd warp here, and then that would be like, oh yeah, now you're doing the thing. But no, it's like, over there. Oh. Well, that's confusing. I guess, because I put my quest over there, right? Like, I built the base over there. But yet, for some odd reason, now it's telling me to go to that base for the quest. Even though it was telling me to go to the other base for the quest. So, that's interesting. I wonder if something in using the, oh, my pulse engine ran up. That's still gonna take 2 minutes. Uranium, tritium. I wonder if something in, like, using the thing, the base teleporter, set this base to be my base or something. Because the idea was that you were supposed to warp down from the space station to your base. So that's probably why. So, don't mind me, I'll just use the supply depot to land my ship, so I don't have to waste any energy. Since I don't have a launch bay yet. Yeah, now this is my base archive. Archives terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. Decoding 16, 16, 16. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Signal acquired. Life signs detected. Alright. Give me just a moment. I will be right back, because now that I've eaten, now my sinuses are acting up. Oh well. Anyway, I'm back. We're back now. Took me a little bit because I had some other issues after clearing out my sinuses. as I explained to chat earlier when I came back. Because it was like 15 minutes before I came back, after I was like, oh, I'll just be like, you know, a moment. That was like 15 minutes later that I finally came back. But for those who aren't here at the stream, you missed some really cool pictures that I was showing off of microscopic things. I'm following a Twitter user that every day posts a couple of microscopic images of microscopic things. And I was showing that off. All the more reason to be here at the stream. I got some preserved fluids. I don't know what that does. Not clear if this is a life form in its own right or some ejected or severed part of a larger being. Unlikely to be desirable at a galactic exchange. Select it in the inventory and use E to process it and set into useful materials. Okay, cryophosphate. Lots of cryophosphate too. So that's pretty good. But yeah, anybody who wants to see some really cool pictures of like microscopic things, check out microscopic JPEG. Microscopic JPG over on Twitter. They got some really cool images. Like shark skin. What shark skin looks like under a microscope. Or the difference between the difference between the thickness of like a sewing needle and a bee stinger. And let me tell you, it is shocking, the difference. That was like what initially had me like start showing it, was that. But yeah. You know what? I need to talk to these guys. Yes, Jan Hanjevs Eskin Zeras Libro. Odds ok Evo ni Vigdro Gradu. So, is Josko. Shmanag Golka Vino Edin Yazvas Piki Layat Simlayat. Something like that. Electronic life form flickers. Two sets of life appear within a helmet mask. Two individuals appearing to share this body. Request some dialect help. Scholar entity Ulsha seems pleased by my intellectual curiosity. Present a selection of symbols, each representing a type of Korvax word I might learn. Korvax symbol. And the Korvax word for convergence. Traveler entity are Ludo Obam Length. Or Ludo Arantek Olk Volgornyaz. Operator entity Amiata produced a datapad, holding the device towards me with elegant reverence. On the screen is, I am almost certain, a schematic for Central Drone. Get some more help. I'm pleased by my intellectual curiosity. They present a set of symbols. Same thing as last time. Korvax symbol. Korvax word for echoes. Korvax echoes. Amcha Ephraim Konyav Gep Eden Ink Gabaserta Lamsky. The electronic life form looks at my biological frame with something approaching pity. Not for the first time. I wonder what lies beneath the entity's mask. And I ask something incomprehensible. I stare, blank. Finally, they present a selection of simple glyphs. Concepts of words I might learn. The. I learned the word for the. Korvax convergence. Entity. Traveler. Multitude of processes appear to be working within the electronic life form. The lights flash quickly as they direct one of their processes towards me. I seem pleased by my intellectual curiosity. Get another Korvax symbol. The word carapace has been learned. Cool. Journey milestone accomplished. I learned what? 10 words? 8 words. Alright. Off to the possible distress signal that's over here. Oh, it's a derelict freighter. Or at least there's a derelict freighter near where this is anyway. So that's interesting. External temperature is not as low as it looked like initially. Okay. Ah, yep, this is a the thing itself is a derelict freighter. MV Pride of Urian. MS Wings of the Anomaly. Log damage. Partial records available. Signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They're followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. I pull the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of the size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Hyperdrive! Awesome. Now then, to actually explore the derelict freighter itself. I mean, it's here, might as well. Let's find this cargo pod. Seems to be down in this area somewhere. Ah, damaged panel. Boom. And the inside of the dirt. There we go. Storage container. Can I repair? I need ferrite dust. Yes, I can. Got some Starship launch fuel. So I need to get away from the I need to get away from the cargo pod because it leaks radiation for a moment after you unlock it. Sorry. Let's see. There's the cargo pod. It's underneath these couple of plates here. Somewhere. Not immediately seeing it. But it did say it was under here. Let me step a little further back. I swear it said there was something there. There's a cargo pod there. There it is. It can be a little annoying that if you're too close to a thing, it won't let you see it on your scanner. But the game's always been like that, so I don't think it's something they have any plans on fixing Considering that they haven't fixed it yet. Where's the front? Oh, it's up here. Get some ferrite dust. Antimatter. Good, I needed that actually. So normally when you find these, you interact with that, and then it gives you some info, and then it gives you a quest to search for these cargo pods. This first one here doesn't, but the others, everyone you find after this does. So, but, I figure why not? Also, always use the silicate stuff because you literally get hundreds of that just by digging with the terrain manipulator. Like, by the time you use up a full charge of your terrain manipulator, you'll get over 200 of that silicate powder. Extreme cave radiation. Yeah. Here we go. In for steel. Multi-tool expansion slot. Ooh. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yes, I know. Extreme radiation. I am aware that I opened the cargo pod and it lets out extreme radiation. Leveled 15 KS. Cargo pod there. Seems like it's inside of this piece. Which is kind of interesting, because I'm not really sure where to find that. Maybe over here. Yeah, okay. It's over here. I see it. It's right there. Does have nothing. There's another cargo pod over there. Gonna get some extreme radiation for a moment. Moneymaker. Earned 200,000 units.
Technology prepared. Units received. Radiation protection falling.
Alright, this should be all the cargo pods. I think there's usually 6. I believe that's how many I collected. Not seeing any others, so I'm going to assume that's it. That said, unearthing these can be pretty fun. Like, I have spent... I did, in fact, once spend quite a bit of time trying to unearth one of these. Now, it tends to be a little buggy, because you're not meant to just dig up everything. I I once worked to try and unearth one of these. Got 250,000 units. Yay! I once tried to dig up one of these and ended up inside of this piece up here. Just because there's certain spots that have no collision, but they're very like small and very rare. Just because they don't assume you're gonna go in and like dig this up. So they didn't put collision on every bit of this. And so if you dig around this too much, sometimes you'll end up accidentally just sliding right inside of this piece. But it can be pretty fun to see what the whole thing looks like when it's uncovered. So and like you can see just how far down this goes. Like look at that. Like it's still going down even though I've dug all the way down there. Like these things are huge. So it can be fun. To just, dig around these and mess around with them, but you do risk glitching everything, you do risk running into a lot of glitches just because, again, they're not meant to be completely unearthed. And unfortunately, unlike Minecraft, where like, oh, if you dig something, it's gone. It's always dug out. This game doesn't like save your terrain manipulations. So, like you could dig one of these out completely and then come back here like 2 hours later and the entire thing is just completely covered again. And it really sucks. Whoa, falling down. Yeah, I mean you can see how deep this goes. Also, you can't dig where the ship is, and the ship's hitbox is actually bigger than it's like where the ship itself is. And so you get situations like this where it's like, that's the edge of the ship, but I can't dig any of this stuff. Because the ship's hitbox is actually further down here into the dirt. Oops. Remember what I said about it can be a little buggy and glitchy to dig these out. Someone comes in and undoes all your progress. Rude, right? Luckily, again, you get more than enough silicate powder to keep your terrain manipulator powered. I'm just trying to get out of here now. I was too high to just jetpack up. But yeah, you can see how far down that goes. That's pretty insane. But I did spend the time to try and dig one of these out once, and it does get really buggy the more you start to dig out. Because sometimes the game just, like, tries to like reset the terrain because you've manipulated too much of it. And when it does that, it'll sometimes push you into the freighter. So, but they're still pretty cool to look at and pretty cool to dig out at least once, you know. As long as you're not expecting, oh, I'll be able to dig it out and I'll always have this like dugout freighter, you know. It's like, unfortunately, no, that's not the case. But if you want to see what one of these dugout freighters does look like, if you wander around in outer space long enough, sometimes you will find derelict freighters. And it's the exact same model here as the one that's used in outer space. That said, it's not the ones that you can climb inside of, because there are two different types of derelict freighters. There's the ones you can explore and the ones you can't. And these are the ones that you can't explore. But it's the same model. It's the same prefab, object, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. Alright, what do we need to install for the hyperdrive? 5 microprocessors and 125 chromatic metals. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna need more copper for that. Microprocessors aren't too big of a deal. It's getting the copper that I'm gonna need to make the chromatic metal. Especially since I need to make 125. Like, that's a lot. Oh, right. I put that back at the base. Where's my base again? This way. No. Is that my base? No, that's something else. That's this. But always good to stop and check these containers. There's always a lot of these at the supply depot. You never know what you might find. Got an ion battery and a Viking effigy. Cool. Go ahead and send these couple of things to the starship. Have no slots left in my starship. There we go. Get rid of those nugs. Send that to the starship. Actually, send this to my high capacity inventory, because I can hold way more in my high capacity inventory. So, but yeah, I've got 95 copper and 20 chromatic metals. I'm gonna need to find more copper deposits. Hey, got a microprocessor. That's one reason I said I wasn't too worried about the microprocessors. You can tend to find those pretty regularly. So, I'd probably find even more if I had an Atlas pass, but I don't, because these tend to have really good stuff. If I don't have an Atlas pass, I'm not far enough in the game for that yet. Like, the Atlas pass tends to be kind of end game content, especially the third Atlas pass. Like, here I can just straight up buy microprocessors. We'll fill the star bulbs. And we don't need paraffinium right now, nor do we need cobalt. I will need them later, but right now the trick is like keeping my inventory open for new items. And so emptying it every once in a while is kind of important. Even if you really don't want to sell something, because it could be really good later, sometimes you just have to. I have no oxygen right now. Oh dear. Are you selling oxygen by any chance? You are. I was getting myself like 60.
Product received. Technology recharge.
There we go. That'll at least get me through till I find some. Also, I just kind of realized that, like, my whole body is doing this, like, bouncy thing. And because my whole body is, like, bouncing, I'm kind of making the mouse bounce up and down a bit. Which, of course, is making the view bounce. So hopefully I'm not making anybody too seasick from that. This is a plant, by the way. Later we'll be able to mine this copper and stuff like that without having to actually like use the terrain manipulator. And that will essentially give us an infinite supply. Because it doesn't actually like break any of the deposit. It just mines it. Without actually mining it. Yeah. My thermal protection, I know. My secondary thermal protection S rank thing is gone. Is worn out. All the energy in it is gone. There you go. That should do. This is a really buggy set of voxels. But yeah, these are plants, by the way. What the flip? What are you? I see. What is that exactly? Space Station Terminal. Ah, okay. Yes, I will head up there in a minute, game. Don't worry about it. I gotta actually remember where I put the base, though. I know I put it around here somewhere. Like, that was the whole point. Or is this not the same planet that I built my base on? Is this a different planet? What the flip is that? Yeah, this is a different planet, isn't it? Just so happens I've got a freaking... supply depot here. Right? I don't remember where I am anymore. Also, I love that this is completely open, yet somehow this is warm. What planet am I on? Right now. Elite. Right, my base is on Liban. So yeah, this is a completely different planet. Okay. That's why I was confused. Alright, well I should have enough chromatic metals. So let's buy the microprocessors that I still need. Should be, I believe, 2. I believe I have... Yes. Fine chromatic metal, finalized installation. Okay. So now I've got to go back to my base, which I thought was on this planet, but it's not, clearly. I just so happened to find a supply depot on this planet without realizing. Let's see. That's the moon of Liban. I need to go to Liban to Hemming Asak outpost. And yes, I probably will change that once I actually name the planet. Though I do like the name Liban, so I may keep it. If I do, this will be... I tend to call my first base on a planet Prime. So this will probably be Liban Prime. So the first base is always Prime. The second is always Alpha. I usually don't build too many more bases than that. But if I do, then I'll also build like a Gamma and a Delta and stuff like that. I know that's technically not how that works, but it's how it works for me. So I need 125. I guess I only need about 105 because I already have 20. I just don't want to use up too much, you know, in case something comes up and I need copper or something. So I'm gonna let this run. It's only gonna take like 30 seconds, so it'll probably be done before I finish saying I'm gonna be right back. But I need to be right back, so I will be right back. But I am back. Starship is out of range. Right, I don't have the Starship upgrade yet. So yeah, I said apologies for constantly like having to poof during these last couple streams, but I'm not feeling very good. I've been dealing with a lot of issues because of that. I actually feel considerably better than I did earlier. Like, even, like, since I started the stream. Like, when I started the stream, I was still feeling like utter crap. And now I'm like, alright, you know? I'm still hacking and coughing. And I That ship just did some weird things just now. But yeah. Such is the joy of everything I'm going through today. Did I not pick up? Did I actually not, like, grab the chromatic metal out of the processor? Like, really? I did not. Running a little low there, friend. Almost smashed into the ground. What are you selling, by the way? Lights in the electronic life forms mass constrict as they prepare to enter trade negotiations. They indicate they are open to discuss trade goods and the purchase of their ship. And that Korvac's convergence cube is not bad, but I don't really need it. What about your starship? It's definitely got more space. It even comes with a hyperdrive automatically. The price, on the other hand, is 3 million units. So there's that. So that's not happening. No surprise, but, you know, I figured I'd try. You never know what could come up. You never know what could come about. There we go. It's all the hyperdrive, complete. Auto diagnostics report. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Hyperdrive fuel status empty. The hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I really will find answers out there amidst the stars. But without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. Tune scanner to antimatter. I actually did find some antimatter, but I did find some antimatter earlier, but I don't know how to make warp casings yet for antimatter housings. I think I get that from here, so antimatter trace detected. Off to Eslite once again. Mission destination reached. Land to begin search. Oh boy, it's one of these. I actually can't kill this thing. There we go. It actually would not let me attack it while it was hibernating, because of the fact that it's inside of a structure. Something broke its containment. Hey, some fascium. I'll take that. And I got some nanites out of that. I don't have an Atlas pass. This is just health, I think. Health at maximum. Yeah, it was. It was just health. Which I didn't need because my health was already good. So. Corrupted terminal. Let us extract this residual goop. Terminal online. Selecting key. Decrypting. Success. Terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Take blueprint and read log. You will find us when the time is right. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. New product, a formula learned. Antimatter. Craft warp fuel. Find antimatter recipe. Awesome. So do I have the ability to make the, yes, antimatter housing. And a warp cell. Awesome. Wants me to craft antimatter, but I already have antimatter. Like it really badly wants me to craft the antimatter, which is chromatic metal. I guess it wouldn't hurt. To go ahead and craft it. I don't think I was supposed to just find the antimatter the way I did. So let's escalate. Optic. That's where I need to go. No, that's not where I need to go. It's here it is. It's Lieben. They make a sock outpost. We get it. You like the number 16. No need to keep repeating it. Right? The 16 is actually really important, though, so. But what does it mean? But it does become very important later. Initiating landing sequence. Ow. But yeah, we'll learn the purpose of 16 later in the game. I need oxygen and ferrite dust to make the antimatter housing. Yep, it still wants me to craft that, even though I did. Sometimes the game is good about realizing that you've already done a thing. Other times, not so much. That's carbon. I need oxygen and ferrite dust. I will take that. Give me that ferrite. Give me that oxygen. I still need 5 more ferrite. Okay. Oh, that's an impulse beam. That's not a hazardous plant. Where are the rocks? You could say the rocks are being very hard to find. That was probably terrible, but you know what? I said it, and I don't regret it.
Constructed.
That wants me to craft the warp cell. Right? Fuel the hyperdrive. So they gave me the recipe for the antimatter already. I wonder how this part's gonna change. Because in the original, like the last time I started a new world on this, it gave you an antimatter, and then you went to a new galaxy, and then it gave you the recipe. But it's already given me the recipe, so I wonder how that's gonna work this time around.
Technology recharge.
Fuel the hyperdrive. Also nice to see that I can attach more than one warp cell into the ship. Didn't used to be that way. It used to be that you could only apply one warp cell at a time. Interstellar travel. Let's open the galaxy map and head off to a new galaxy. Galaxy. Koholars. The Koholars. Whee! Also, this is actually one of the new things in the update. In the newest update. Is the way the warp drive looks. It used to look completely different. Koholar system. Starship monitoring system reports error. Guidance system malfunction. Searching for other routes. Searching. Obtained. Destination in 16 KLS. Accept new guidance. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Follow Starship guidance. Alright, I think it's on this planet. A scalding planet. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Nope, it is way the heck out there on a completely different planet. It's a moon. And this moon is a columned moon with copper, gold, and silver. What does that mean? A columned moon? I wonder if this is going to be one of those glitch planets. Usually the glitch planets have names like that. So I'm curious. Entering Slemfig. Mission destination reached. Oh, it is! Oh, these planets are so cool. Heinz has located a powerful fuel source. Activate target sweep from the analysis visor. 280 units this way. This is one of the glitch planets.
Units received.
Finalizing signal. Fuel source found. The ductlight. The test light. Oblenite. Oh. It's an Atlas monument. Memory of the Viking. Terpunk, terpunk, terpunk. Gig, gig, gig. Stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. Vision begins to take shape. I see two large aliens locked in combat. Eventually, one triumphs, leaving their victim to bleed to death. With the last of their strength, the vanquished alien gesture towards me. The name Viking floats in my vision, an echo of the strange vision I just experienced. Word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. Yeah! Now we know what all three alien races are called. Because we have the Gek word for Gek, and the Korvax word for Korvax, and the Viking word for Viking. So that's cool. Let me just go ahead and pick that up. Azatine. The azatine, which has ferrite dust and carbon. Yes, a rock has plant life in it. Alright, before I go exploring this too much, and I lose track of this place, I better... I have no oxygen again. I don't think I've ever been so low on oxygen in my life. Structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind. A strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? It is traveler. It feels strange, responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I'm overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken. That someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? It is first. It is last. I do not know how I am being spoken to. The monolith is ancient, and I cannot escape the feeling. It has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? Both. Likelihood of anomaly. Exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert. Alert. The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. Got a warp cell. But before we go anywhere, this is a glitch planet. I want to explore. Because glitch planets are awesome. This is a boundary break planet. There's a fun little fact about these glitch planets. These glitch planets only ever have one creature that lives in them. That's a creature. That is an animal right there. Yep, here's another one. Let me just pick this up. It's a glitching separator. There's not too much to see on these planets, but yes, a whole whopping one fauna. This thing. Let's see. Encountered lurking in the endless fractal dreams of planet Slumfig. Jerky and unbalanced in its movement, its unusual brain chemistry leaves it prone to sudden outbursts of aggression. Their adaptive sensory system temporarily shuts down their olfactory nerves as they snout through facium deposits in search of undigested morsels. Additional observations: bioluminescent blood. Weight 128.4 kilograms, height 3 meters, gender asymmetric. Yeah, that's fauna. That's an animal. Let's see. I want to name it. This is the other thing, is that you can name your discoveries. And that's pretty cool. I'm just going to stick with what it already has and call it Cavium. I get some nanites from that. But also, if I upload my discoveries, I get an achievement for finding all of the animal species on a planet. The whole whopping one animal species that's on this planet. These are honestly some of the coolest planets. But this one, the columned planet, is honestly one of the weaker glitch planets. I mean, it's cool, but there's some that are even cooler. Like the bubble planet. But, I mean, these are still pretty cool. I think there's 12 different types of glitch planets, if I remember right. And each one is different from the last, obviously. Because, you know, they're types. They're not the planets themselves. There's hundreds upon hundreds of these, if not hundreds of thousands. But there's 12 different types. This just happens to be one of them. The one with the columns all over the place. Broken, strange columns. Oh, there's some O2 over here. You know, I've been lacking on oxygen, so don't mind if I stop and get some. Nope, I've seen that one, okay. It's just the way the light was reflecting made it look different. But yeah, these tend to be some of the cooler planets that are out there.
Units received.
If you look around these like glitch planets, you can actually find lore. Not the android from Star Trek, or the evil android from Star Trek, Data's brother there, lore, but like plot. If you look around these enough, you'll find structures that are different from any other structure on every other planet. They are unique to these planets, and they contain lore. Because there's there's 5 different factions, if you will, in this game. There's the Viking, there's the Gek, there's the Korvax, there's the Sentinels, and then there is what is called the Atlas. Whether the Atlas is faction is, I mean, that's hard to really answer, but like you'll find in these glitch planets, you'll find Atlas lore as opposed to lore about like the Sentinels or the other 3 races. And you can only find it on these planets. So,
Technology recharge.
'cause these are very special planets. Anomaly strength 30.40. Boundary failing. Environment warning. Now, I don't think we'll find any of those structures, unfortunately, because it is still a big planet. It's a little hard to find anything unless you know what you're looking for. Like if I had a signal booster, I could probably find one. But I did not research the signal booster, so I don't have one yet. So finding anything can be very difficult because they are like literal planet size things. Hello. I mean, this isn't what I was looking for, but don't mind if I stop here. Maybe there's some lore involved here. This isn't one of the things, because this is just a freighter, but these have some lore too. Log extraction complete. Life goes on, day after day, delivering after. I hope to go home soon. The life of a is not for one like me. Multiple sentinel energy signatures detected, requiring immediate dropping out of warp. There's the sentinels. What are they doing? Fighting each other. Sentinel ships are engaging each other, ignoring us for now. Sentinels appear to have departed. Their distress signal nearby, broadcasting 16 on repeat. I'm going to take a look. There you go. It's not the Atlas lore I was referring to, but there's some lore right there. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this residual goop so that I have some inventory space. Because I am about to go mining for some cargo pods. And I'm going to want some inventory space for what they drop. Weapon charge, depleted. I just spend about 200 of that silicate powder, of which I have over 1,000 anyway. It's not a big deal. Oh, there it is. I need to also power my mining beam. But yeah, for a game about like just space travel, there's some really interesting like lore and theory crafting you could do about this game.
Technology prepared.
Oops, I forgot to actually open it. Polyfiber.
Detection. Falling. Extreme radiation detected.
I don't know if it's enough that you could do like a game theory video or, you know, a channel dedicated to it like, you know, some people have with Genshin. But there's a surprisingly high amount of lore in this game. It's actually really cool. I think that's one of the things I like about it, is that it's not just wandering around exploring. There is actual like lore. Whoa, okay. I guess I opened that somehow without doing the thing to open it, but whatever. Holy crap, it's still irradiated. That area was irradiated for a while. But yeah, I mean, I highly encourage people to play this game, even if they played it like originally when it first came out, and they're like, I don't care for this game, there's nothing to do. Like, I highly recommend giving it a try again, especially if you're one of those people, just because there's been so many changes and so many updates.
Technology prepared. Units received.
Units. Extreme radiation detected.
Falling.
How many more of these do I have to go? Raider salvage. 3 out of 6. Also, make sure that you interact with the thing there before you start mining for the cargo pods. Because it will not detect any of the cargo pods you've already opened. And so you will not be able to complete the quest. I made that mistake once.
Technology repaired.
Antimatter.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah. I get it. Extreme radiation and all that. There should be two more. One there and one there. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. So I did not get these ones yet. The ones that are above ground. I always forget to just, like, grab those straight away. Because these two cargo pods are always right here. I mean, it's the same ship design each time, so if you know where the cargo pods are on one, you basically know where they are on all of them. There's not that much difference.
Technology repaired.
There we go. That should be all 6 of them. Help. I did not get anything from that because my inventory was full. So I did not actually open that. I see this. Let me send the antimatter and the polyfibers to the starship and then reopen that. Get the cargo out of it. Heat capacitor.
Radiation protection.
Radiation protective active. Yay, freighter salvage. Complete. Alright. Find the mysterious messenger. Make your way into space. Let's head up to the space station before we do anything else. Like, before we leave, let's head up to the space station. Gonna take one quick look around the planet here. See if I can find anything neat to show. But I doubt it. Partially because I don't even know where I'm going at this point. I could be going back the way I first came, for all I know. So... Oh, there's another freighter. I'm not going to explore that one. Well, no, let's explore this one too. At least I'm going to come here and get the, I'm going to read the thing. I don't know that I will explore it, but I'll read the thing. Just because I don't have enough inventory space to do that. But we can read the thing. Log damaged. Partial records available. My love, I dive into a black hole tomorrow. I know we agreed not to. I warned them about advisability of such a large vessel moving through the rift. They are arrogant, vain creatures, are they not? We emerged into the skies above the Anomaly. Reality itself has abdicated here. Vast hexagons litter the landscape of this once proud planet. Now becoming the plaything of our unseen foe. I fear I will not make it back home for time. We drank the water. My love, forgive me. Rip. Into a black hole. Sounds like a great idea. So, black holes in this game are essentially like wormholes. They're not actually like, you know, collapsing like stars. They're just, you know, you go into a black hole and you come out, you know, in a different place. So, in fact, black holes can actually make your journey into the center of the galaxy a lot easier, as they can take you several hundreds of thousands of light years, like in a single jump. So, let's head to the space station. But yeah, at some point we'll end up getting to see a black hole, and they're pretty cool in this game. But they're more like wormholes than they are, you know, the standard definition of a black hole. But there are some like, you know, astrology theorists out there that believe that the possibility that going through a black hole, should you survive, could allow you to come out the other end to what they call a white hole. And it would allow you to travel a great distance. Because one thing that people haven't yet figured out about black holes, and you know, I'm talking about real life. Black holes suck in matter and condense it really really tight, but they don't destroy matter. So that information that's going into the black hole isn't being lost at all. So, what they don't understand is how that's possible. Like how it can condense to a singularity, but yet, like, it's still there, you know? And one of the possibilities is that black holes may absorb and then spit out, possibly even in an entirely different universe. So, also, I definitely did not explain that correctly. But I do highly recommend looking it up, because it's kind of interesting, the stuff that people have formulated about, like, black holes and stuff. Again, we know nothing about black holes. We only recently, in the last, like, 10 years, even proved they exist. So that's something interesting to also consider. Like, we've known that they existed because the math was there and it made sense, but we never had found a black hole until just a few years ago. Especially when we took a picture of a black hole. So, Ablinkul ul poi ubtan udebia ueni rixiosa viking bodo negbo ugwo hazu. I approached the warrior, but they barely acknowledged my presence. As they looked in my direction, they gazed fixed far beyond my eyes. Here, I have this Viking effigy. Viking at arms Paju accepts my gift of gratitude. While we're doing this, might as well learn some dialect. Viking at arms Paju swings their arms, performing a dramatic series of actions that represent words I might learn. Mystery symbol. The word for is. If you ever want the small words, like is, the, things like that, that's what the mystery symbol does. Viking onan konbar tasaya kwabgar zong as hejion interloper anak zeif hunkoryar. Warrior hackles rise. The warrior's hackles rise, and they start to shake in anticipation of my request. I must take care not to push them too far. Scout Ogha nods thoroughly, then presents a list of language symbols. Viking symbol. The word for gra. Yaksa, 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 yaksa. Ole kwabka. The warrior is making snarling noises that sound strangely upbeat. Seem more cheerful than others of their kind. Flagbearer Nakwa presents a list of symbols, each seeming to represent a word I might learn. More Viking symbols. Word for warrior. I have already talked to you. This is one of the best ways to learn languages, by the way, is just to talk to these guys. And you can interact with these guys once a day. So if you build a base somewhere and you want, like, oh hey, I want to learn Viking. Like, you can build a base in a Viking system, and then once a day you can just come up here to the space station and talk to these guys, and I'll teach you stuff. Give me that mystery symbol for the word two. Oni Iran Gambang Israel in Joko Logpal Wawata Hua Hibian Odohoga. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother with doing that anymore. Warrior appears distraught. They hold a small statue of another member of their species. Aish clenches and unclenches one fist as they consider me. Eventually, they thrust the data pad towards me, listing a series of language symbols. Viking word for Herc. So Herc is actually a title among the Viking, if I remember right. So that's actually really cool that I just got that. Yeah, I learned a certain amount of words. Viking, Amar, Gex snaps to attention as I approach. They seem bleary-eyed, as if they have been asleep. But some dialect help. Uptalk nods thoughtfully, then presents a list of language symbols. Teach me aggression. Teaches me a word of their language. And now they'll know the word for destroy. I haven't talked to this guy, right? Nope. Viking, warrior, interloper. Those are the only three words I understood. Warrior's barks have a welcoming tone. My exosuit's auditory sensors automatically turn down the relay volume. Wudalil nods with solemn pride. They present a screen of symbols, each appearing to be a concept I might learn. Viking symbol. The word for honor. And yes, each time that you're selecting, like, oh, I want a Viking word, you know, that's a word that's unique to, like, the Viking or the Gek or the Korvax or something. Usually a word that has to do with something in their, like, culture, that is not a word that's used by any of the other creatures, like the Gek or any of those. I will gladly take the exosuit upgrade. I don't really want this one. It is no good. I mean, it's better. It actually is a lot better than my current one. It's a 7-slot pistol as opposed to a 6-slot pistol. Damage potential is like 3 times higher. Yeah, we'll just exchange multi-tools. Augment technology slots or improve multi-tool class. Add slots for free with the multi-tool expansion slot. Install a slot. Buy upgrade circuit. The only problem is that because I turned that in, I no longer have my terrain manipulator. So now I have to reinstall that, because this one did not come with a terrain manipulator. Luckily, they're not too hard to get the stuff for, so. But yay, now I have a bolt caster. I did not have a bolt caster on my previous multi-tool. So, what about you? The life form bears several prominent scars and holds themselves with the ferocity of a warrior. Seem out of place in this mercantile role. Gra! Interloper! I don't really know any of the other words. Technology Merchant Ouds offers installable multi-tool upgrades in exchange for nanites. I have 127 nanites, which is not enough to get any of the good things. The rest of these are not going to be very good either. If I wanted an upgrade, I would really want to get at least a B or an A, as opposed to getting any of the C. 576 for this mining beam module. That would actually be really good, but I mean, getting C rank isn't too bad, but the B ranks aren't that much more expensive, honestly, so. Electronic life form pauses their works, looks up and focuses their mask lights on my visor. He presents a list of symbols, each seeming to represent a word. Korvac symbol. Word for Atlas. Ooh. Cool. I demand a place on your throne, Walled Interloper. So this is the same guy as before, the exocraft terminal. I don't have an exocraft terminal, so. Usually the guys in this room are the guys that you can hire for your base. But to do that, you have to have the terminals, and I don't. So, hey look, this place sells chromatic metals. I have nothing to sell, and I don't really need any of these. You don't really need to buy any of these. So I'm good on all that. If I had an Atlas pass, I could come down here into this locked door. But I don't have one. But I should be able to get one relatively soon-ish. Hey, I learned 20 words. I'm now fluent. I don't know if 20 words is usually considered fluent in any language, but sure. Whatever you say, game. Alright. So let's hit up the galaxy map, because it does want me to teleport again. And head down to Phophiseth, which is another Viking system. We're currently 700,000 light years away from the galactic core. We have a long journey ahead of us. Assuming we ever even try for that. The Phophiseth system. Euclid Galaxy First Contact. Nobody else has ever been here. Explore nearby planets or search a new system. Oh, hang on. Incoming transmission. Source unknown. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. I am. Identify. You left me. Why did you? Tell them you don't understand. Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd, just like the others. Ask who you're speaking to. There's no reply. The communicator falls silent. But the channel remains open. Coordinates received. Travel to the stranger's coordinates. Alright. This is probably where we'll end off at once we get there. Because I believe we're about to meet Artemis, if they haven't changed like the story at all. I believe this is when we meet Artemis. He's a cool guy. I didn't think to scan this planet before I landed, so I don't know what to expect. Slow down. Oh, this is another glitch planet. Holy crap. Agforagu Minor. Neat. Before that, though, let me just scan a couple of things here. But this is like what I was talking about when I said, like, the Column planet is pretty cool, but there's some cooler ones. Like, look at all these, like, fractal, like, things. Like, it's so cool. If I can find the animal of this planet, it's actually also pretty cool. There it is. This is the animal. Scoopeudium is what its default name is. Host for the strange creature was found on planet Agforagu Minor, lurking in the endless mounds of discarded shells. Poor sensory systems leave this typically passive creature unable to perceive much of the external world. However, brain scans reveal a deep, rich inner life. The diet is varied, but they will gorge upon nitrous oxide at any opportunity. Additional observations has chlorophyll glands. Weighs 173.9 kilograms, height of 3 meters. The Fractolactus. Go ahead and get that achievement for discovering all of the species on the planet. 20 milestone accomplished. Discovered all species on 2 planets. It's seriously the easiest way to do it, not gonna lie. Just to find these glitch planets. This planet looks even better during the day. At least I think it does. So whenever the sun comes up, you'll be able to see what it really looks like, and it looks really cool. But I think this is one of the cooler looking planets. $150 units this way. Coordinates traced to the stress beacon. Over there. Yep, I see it. Looks like a ship. It's a broken ship. The Favorite Angus 5. It is very broken. Good grief. That is a lot of broken. But this one has efficient thrusters. So it might not be bad to claim it. And then just slowly work on repairing it. Especially since there doesn't seem to be anybody else around here that owns the ship. Sodium nitrate and microprocessors. Go ahead and get this damaged machinery. Gave me some sodium. Signal beacon. Need to repair it with some chromatic metal and some sodium. Oof. That's new. You didn't used to have to repair this. I need some metal plating. Because I need to build another. Because I left my refiner back at the other base there. So I had to get a new one. I only need like 5 chromatic metals, so this should be fine. Well, let's make another small handful of chromatic metals. Just in case something comes up and I need it. Yeah, you didn't used to have to repair this though. There are no signs of life. There's only the static of a broken communicator. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled beyond recovery. All I extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. Ooh. Yeah boy, advanced mining laser. Heck yeah. Carbon nanotubes, hermetic seal, and wiring loom. Carbon nanotubes, hermetic seal, and I will have to buy the wiring loom from the space station. I need 2 of them. Well, unfortunately, this ship is pretty badly damaged. Chances of getting it off the ground anytime soon are pretty slim. But it is added to my collection, so I should be able to repair it given enough time. I might be able to get it off the ground, actually, now that I see. I just need to apply dihydrogen jelly and pure ferrite. I can get the pulse engine working, but I can't get the hyperdrive up and running, unfortunately. As for the efficient thrusters, I can repair them with time, but all of my tritium is on my other ship. So I can't do anything about that right now. I don't have enough chromatic metal to power the shield, so I really don't want to fly this out of the planet. So, but I've added it to my collection. Somehow this ship will go wherever I go, just because it's in my collection. So let me summon my original ship, just because I don't know where I left it. I can switch ships, just like that. Also, my launch thrusters are kaputs. Alright, I picked up the tritium at least. So let me go back into here, and I should be able to repair some of this. Because I don't have the wiring looms yet. So I'll have to take my other ship up. Whoops. Back to the space station. But once I get some wiring looms, I can then finish repairs on the efficient thrusters. And then of course I gotta get microprocessors and some chromatic metals. Again, I don't really want to take this into outer space when it doesn't have a shield. Because if I encounter pirates, I will get one shot, and that is not cool. So, but I will switch my primary starship back to this one, and I will head back to the space station. And when we get our freighter, I will be able to... I'll be able to do more. Artemis entity, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis entity. Tell the truth. Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard, yes? Proper introduction to our home. Yay! The space anomaly! This place is so cool. So this is when multiplayer starts. You go into the space anomaly and you end up here. Whoa, I'm getting some lag. And you can see other players here. This is officially this is legit multiplayer. Like, this is actually another player's starship. That one and this one. Like, these are real people in these ships. Or that own these ships, rather. Like, these are legitimate, real players. And this is the space anomaly. Whoa. I'm walking all over. It looks like that's another new player, though. Or somebody with a new file. You always start with that ship, which is why I say that. Like, literally everybody starts with this ship. So. But yeah, I mean, there's some really cool starships you can get in this game. I'm not seeing anybody with the living ship, though. But this one's pretty cool looking. And there's honestly about as many different starships as there are like other, things. Like there are so many different types of starships, it's not even funny. This is only a small selection of the kinds of ships you could have. This is the Quicksilver Synthesis guy. Let's see. Any expedition rewards? Nope. Create exotic items. So, you can earn Quicksilver by doing expositions. And then you can buy these things. What exactly they do or are for is different depending on the different things. Some of them are like jetpacks, some of them are like mining tools. Some of them are just cool looking things that you can put around your base. Some of them have like uses. There's titles now, which I didn't know was a thing. You can also like change up your starship trails with like purple or rainbow. Figures of different characters like Artemis, Apollo, Null. We'll meet those characters later. Cadmium, emerald, gold trails. The Atlas figurine. Curious Fauna banner. So there's like banners. Polo and Nada figurines. We're about to meet them. I mean, technically we did meet Nada there, but we're about to meet Polo as well. Different jetpack trails. Here's a Void Egg. So this is how you get a living ship, is with the Void Egg. So if you do some of the expeditions, you can get those. You can also get different heads. I like the Selene Visage. So whenever I buy that, I will probably equip that as my face. But you know, there's some cool ones. You can look like this guy, or this person, or this person. There's also, you know, different types of like equipment and helmets. And yeah, it's just really cool, the amount of stuff that you can get. It used to be, when the game first came out, Quicksilver was something that they used in like events that they would run. But then they stopped running the events altogether, which meant that it was impossible to earn Quicksilver. But now they've turned around and made Quicksilver something anybody can get. You just have to perform expeditions, so. But there's like gestures and, you know, decals and helmets and statues, and like, look at how many things there are. Like, holy crap, there's so much stuff here. You can get a gold blob statue. So that's only one of the things that's in here. This is Helios. Ah, young one. You who still roam the boundaries of this universe. How I envy you. My time in reality has long passed, but I do so miss it. Perhaps you might help an old soul and share the things you've seen. Heart aches for flowers, for plants. Have you any data? Thank you, little one. You have no idea what this means to me. Please take these nanites. They are nothing, but they are all I have now. So once a day you can give various items and cosmetics galore, right? You can give various items and research and things like that to these guys for nanites. Traveler hopes to make progress. Traveler tests themselves. I will help. In exchange, progress for progress. Or wealth, perhaps. Experience, armor, or materials. Both valid. Today, living pearls. So you can give them a living pearl or transmit milestone data. You've seen much, but you understand. Not for me to know. Please, take this. And so you just gave me a bunch of nanites. That was 900 that I just got from that guy. All because of the milestones that I have achieved. And what that goes off of is right here, your journey milestones. The higher that these are, the more you can get from him. So level 10 is the highest for everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can get 90 journey milestones. So my next milestone, Cassini, is in 2 milestones. I'm currently Rosetta. But you can also check your standing with the Gek, the Viking, and the Korvax, along with the Merchants Guild, the Mercenaries Guild, and the Explorers Guild. So I am unstudied by the Korvax. My next rank, point of interest, will be in 1. I am neutral with the Viking. My next rank, accomplice, will be in 2. I am a customer for the Gek. My next rank, client, is in 2. So, whenever I get 2 more reputation with the Gek, whether it be by talking to Gek, learning their language, whether it be by completing missions, systems visited, learning words, All of these things factor into your standing. I've been to one Korvac system, but I've been to 2 of the Viking systems, and I've never been to a Gek system. Same thing goes here. There's certain like quests you can pick up from the different guilds, the quests that you complete, or different things that you do. For example, distance that you warp, or rare creatures that you scan will boost your explorers without doing missions. Killing pirates and sentinels will increase your mercenaries. And earning money and planting plants will earn you merchants. And then of course there's also missions, so. But there's a lot you can get from all that, is what I'm trying to say. Also, if you want upgrades, there are a ton of upgrades here. Wings of golden glory, friend. There's no end to the stars. So these ones cost nanites for your starship upgrades. Now you can get things like the cadmium drive, or emergency warp unit, or a teleport receiver. I definitely want to pick up the cadmium drive, and I definitely want to pick up the teleport receiver. These are 2 things that you will absolutely want to get your hands on. Same with efficient thrusters. Efficient thrusters are nice. The phase beam is also a really good weapon, probably the best weapon in the game, so I highly recommend getting your hands on the phase beam. You can buy these upgrades if you want, but you can also just buy S rank upgrades. There is a limit to the amount of upgrades you can have, which is 3, I believe. So if you get 3 S rank upgrades, this Furrier delimiter here, this B rank upgrade, is completely useless. So, this one will require salvage data, which I don't have, but I definitely want to get storage containers and some of these other things at some point, such as the hydroponic tray, and things like this for planting stuff. This is the path I already started on, down on the planet, but there are way more things that I can do now from the Anomaly, such as getting buttons and switches, gas extractors, supply depots, supply pipes, electrical cloaking units if you don't like the little like electric wiring showing up, an electromagnetic generator, which is really good, by the way, if you can find a planet that has one, but still. And then of course there's all just these kinds of things. This is your underwater system. Your geobays are amazing to get. Here's the base teleport module. Here's a portable refiner. There's a save beacon. There's a lot of other things around here, such as the sphere creator, or the light box, or the nutrient processor. But yeah, there's just a lot of things here that you can buy, and it's really cool. So we're gonna need to start getting lots of salvage data. Hey, look, there's a player. Here's Celine. She's cool. Traveler new. Your suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. And here you can pick up different upgrades. One thing that is very good to get is the Hazmat Gauntlet. So I'm going to grab that for 80. And then I will say I've got 700 still. So why don't I get... Let's see. Emergency life support system would not be bad. This is an A rank upgrade, so this is actually really good. But it requires a quantum computer to make, so... the aeration membrane is pretty good. You're able to swim underwater for extended periods. The self-mounted refiner unit is really nice, so I think I'll get that. If you are like me and you like the languages, getting the translators are always nice. Because it lets you learn, understand more of their languages without having to learn. Yes, multi-tools, yes, so many multi-tools. Make them better, faster, make them more. But yeah, here you can get upgrades such as the combat scope, which is really nice. Honestly, the bolt caster and the pole splitter are really the two best weapons. Getting the optical drill is nice because it's S rank. Gives you 50% more resources mined. So, but yeah, it's a personal thing what you'd want to end up deciding what to do with here. The Infinite Quantum Analyzer. This is terrible. It has 5 slots, but it has a longer scanner range. I'm not gonna buy it. Synthesis Laboratory. This is where you can learn recipes. That's what it is. I am gonna need to learn Atlas Pass, actually. Let's go ahead and grab that then. And now that I'm down to 106, now I can no longer learn anything. I knew I should get the Atlas Pass soon, so... But yay! Work together, my friend. Always a new gear to turn. And here's your exocraft stuff, which we don't even have an exocraft, so there's no point in me buying any of this right now. Not until I actually have access to exocrafts. There's another traveler, another player, and here they are, Nada and Polo. I am Priest Entity Nada, Divergent Korvax. Welcome to our Anomaly. Our home here is pleasant, yes? Polo's own design, perfect bubble, beyond the Sentinels, beyond vengeful Korvax. Nada watches time come and go. Ask about Artemis. A traveler entity, perhaps they are known to you. I do not know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us, highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to the Sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. Korvax watches me. There's a patience, an organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. Ask about Nada. Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Cannot understand why such things happen. Why we are alone. Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo Friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada happy. Nada's carapace pulses with a gentle light. There's something familiar about them. Ask about Polo. Polo Friend found Nada. Found my signal. Nada is safe. Now, Nada finds other signals. Makes others safe. The station has been calling to me since I woke up on the planet. Perhaps it called to Artemis as well? Ask about the station. Beyond what is outside, our anomaly wanders free. Free like Nada, to observe, to search. The Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I fear their eyes, hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Speak with Polo Friend, traveler. Perhaps they might know more about missing Artemis. They perceive things more clearly than Nada. Hi, Polo. Friends everywhere. If only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. Artemis Friend. You are where they should be. Does not seem possible, but all things are possible, such as the universe. You will find them, no doubt. There's always a signal, always a trace. Ask how. Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend some time with other friends. We all help each other here. Speak to other travelers to earn nanites. Learn new technology blueprints. Browse a huge array of base parts. Speak to Nada about Artemis. Nada and Polo drift between worlds and worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes they could. Nada regrets much. Can't talk to Nada yet, because I have to talk to the other people. I have to do all the things I already did. Because they expect you to just walk, there initially. But I went through and talked to everybody first. Ah, young one. You who still roam the boundaries of this universe. How I envy you. Same dialogue. But that's alright. You can get more nanites. Not much. Got 180. For the technology researchers such as Celine. Okay. Can't do anything with him because I already did. What upgrades do you have? Nothing too major, but nothing too bad either. And they're all C and B rank, so they're not terrible. I mean, well, C is the lowest tier, so technically it is terrible, but, wants me to talk to Celine specifically. Traveler new, your suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. Of course, this is where we did the exosuit upgrades, but I don't need to do that. Browse a huge array of base parts it wants me to do. So check that. Now I can go speak to Nada about Artemis. Normally I wouldn't be streaming this long, because it's 6 in the morning. People are getting up. Nada and Polo drift between worlds and worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes they could. Nada regrets much. Ask what to do. Traveler entity is free to make their own path. Find Artemis entity. Explore with others. Travel to great sights. Proceed as you will, traveler entity. We will aid you. Others will aid you also, even if you seek the Crimson Lyre. Ask about the Crimson Lyre. Crimson Lyre, Atlas, false entity, Korvax worship, but Nada knows better. Nada knows where it dwells. Nada chooses to disregard it. But if traveler entity wishes to seek it, Nada will help. Nada wishes you to be safe. Ask for help with Artemis. Of course, Nada has a small gift for you. Perhaps it will help. Perhaps not. Nada and Polo Friend will continue to search. Speak to us whenever you desire. Alright. So one thing we can now do is community missions. Which we will do at some point, but I'm not really planning to do that right now. So, do need to buy the wiring loom. Continue the search for Artemis. So now if we leave, we should get more info on where Artemis is. So, but if we want to do any community expeditions, those are right here. The Nexus. You can see you can do these ones which earn you Quicksilver, you can do these ones which earn you nanites, or you can do either of these which earn you units. Rescue stranded life form, raid planetary depot, eliminate hazardous flora, kill 48 monstrosities. So they're not simple. But that's also why they have big rewards, so they're very much not simple. Lone amidst the stars. Return to space. Search for clues about Artemis among the stars. Hey, look, freighters. Our first freighters. And Artemis. There he is. Where? Is there anyone out there? It's outside. Something's wrong with... ask what is wrong. Ask the stranger what is wrong. There's a moment's pause. The only sound I hear is the background hiss of cosmic radiation. You found me. There's so little light. So I'd never hear another soul again. I really did. However, did you find my voice? Say you found a crashed ship. Tell the stranger about the abandoned starship wreck and how I found the communicator ID and the distress beacon. Begin to mention the Anomaly space station, but they cut me off. It's outside, but I think I'm safe. There are 16 of them. They just look like... ask where they are. Fear and confusion dance with the eyes of the stranger. After a few moments of silence, they turn to me, imploring. You don't know who you are, do you? You... It lied to me. It lied to all of... Sound cuts out, but their face lingers on, silent, before it too fades into nothingness. This must be Artemis, and they are clearly in need of help. I need to find a way to boost their signal. Locate a long-distance transmitter. Alright, I think I'm gonna end off here for now, though. Let's head to the space station real quick. To sort of end off at. When we return, we will continue looking for Artemis and doing other fun stuff with that. I might play on my own a bit, just do random stuff, you know, do some base building or something. I haven't decided. I also might not. I might keep it for the stream just because this is kind of what it wanted to stream. Next stream will probably not be No Man's Sky. But next stream should be me feeling better and not being sick. Because I will probably feel better after a bit more rest. My fever has gone down from 101 down to 99, so that's nice. I basically don't have a fever anymore. You know, because 98.6 is normal, so 99 is basically the same thing. So, but yeah, 98, you know, I've gone down from 101 to 96, or not 96, oh dear. That would be bad. But down to like 99, that's what I meant to say. So I am feeling quite better. We do have base computer archive stuff to do. We have Artemis to do. We have community research. We have mining lasers. Actually, I'll just do that right now. Get my advanced mining laser by just buying a couple of these wiring looms. I'll buy 4 because I know I needed more for that one ship that I was trying to repair for Artemis's ship. So can't do that right now. I have to get... I either have to get my freighter or I have to return to where that ship is at, which I don't know how to find that now. But as soon as I get a freighter, both this ship and the other ship there will be on it. So I think you can have up to like 6 different ships in your collection. And we'll probably also check out these guys. These are where you can get missions for the 3 different guilds, and find like blueprints and cartography maps and things like that. It's really cool. But that'll be next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe. You can check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That saves my game, by the way, by jumping in and out of the ship. I wanted to do that since I did the mining laser. But this was streamed live over at twitch.tv/Serene Inc. Feel free to come on by or to our Discord, which should also be below, so you can come by, hang out, chat, etc. with us. And with that, I'll see you all next time. See you later.